Hi everyone, I'm here back in at Newcastle Falcons ground. I've just spent an hour and a half going up and down the West Stand. Another training session, but I'm not actually here to talk about training today. I want to talk about why I'm doing it. Well, basically, I'm doing what I'm doing. The SES route for two military charities. One's called Forward Assist, and the other one's SAFA. And I just want you to know sort of a little bit about them. And you know why I'm trying to raise money for them. Forward Assist basically are a northeast-based charity. 2015, they won the Certificates of Social Justice Award, and they're based at the John Lewis Sams Centre, which is a few miles from me. They are a really good charity. They're basically there to advise and assist sort of UK military veterans in their transition from military life into civilians, and it's there to help all the veterans on their road to recovery. They also have a female side to it called Salute, which obviously helps the female sides of things. So, what do they provide? They provide one support for all the veterans. They have peer-led groups. They have all sorts of activities going on, but they also engage the veterans into community projects. These sort of projects are really good because it can utilise the skills of the military people. A lot of them have been isolated for so long, so it can help reduce their social isolation. It's there to promote sort of physical and mental well-being as well. And then it gives the veterans basically a sense of purpose again and a bit of a direction. They also engage the veterans in a lot of sporting activities as well. They have, there's angling, there's outdoor adventure, there's this horticulture. They've got their own allotments, so they can use that at the centre where the headquarters is. They have archery, photography, they have day trips out, cycling. One of the ones that I used was a debating society. I was very well into myself, and I couldn't really discuss things or talk things with people. They got me involved with the debating society at Northumbria University. They taught me how to basically argue my case politely, and it really worked. I ended up at Parliament House with them when they did a presentation down there. But they're also there. It's a drop-in centre as well, where veterans you can go down any time of the day, get a coffee. You can talk to other veterans. You can get support there. You can have one-to-one chats with the staff. They can, if you've got complex mental health issues, they can advise and help you in which way to go, pass you on to the right people. And that's just basically a blip of actually what Forward Assist do. But they are they're a charity. It's run by a few people. They have a lot of volunteers, ex-military people. The CAF they have in there is run by ex or veterans. They just help out, and it's a really friendly, happy atmosphere. If I now move over to SAFA, which basically is a completely different sort of environment, because they're basically the Soldiers Sailor Air Force Association, but they help both serving and ex-service personnel and the families worldwide. They've got offices all over the UK, so they're a very big organisation, but they're there to help as well. It's all voluntary work, especially they deal with the PTSD. You've got mental issues. They can steer you in the right place, put you into the right people. They can point the right direction for support. They can help with housing. They have people who can help with debt advice. They also support ex-wounded servicemen people who are injured, and they also can give a lot of financial assistance to certain people who need it in the forces. This includes, anyone from sort of right in the forces to 90 years old. If you need help and support, they can provide it, and they have the people with all the right qualifications to help you in so many different ways. An example could be they help somebody who's lost his legs and they need mobility to keep their independence, so they could possibly organise motor scooters, etc., and they will find the finances to help sort these things out. They also help in the transition to support everybody. They can help with filling all sorts of forms in, housing visits. They can have one-to-ones. An example, I need a new boiler, right? I'm not ashamed to say that. And it basically broke down. I got in touch with SAFA, and they organised the resources, and they paid for me to have a new boiler. So why am I picking these sort of charities? It's basically that they've helped me no end, and they've helped thousands of ex-forces people no end. But what I want to get across is, I'm doing my challenge to raise money, and I just want people to put their hands in their pockets and donate. It doesn't matter how big or small. A small amount, £5, £10, it doesn't make any difference. It's just because everything makes help. I mean, if you imagine, you donate £10. That £10 could possibly help to get somebody who's made a phone call to SAFA or Forward Assist. They can arrange a home visit, and that home visit could start the total rehabilitation of that person. How much really is that £10 worth to that one person who gets that help? It's absolutely phenomenal. So every little helps. I just urge people to think about what I'm doing and help raise awareness and help me support these two charities who work endlessly, and tirelessly. They don't get much reward out of it, but they just love helping, help military people and their families, etc., to a better future. Thank you. Bye-bye.